Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Do you know what? I'm damned fine. Thank you very much indeed.
Enjoying the show so far?
Oh, so far, yeah. I like to get in earlier. I like to come in the night before so I can get a decent night's sleep and a bite to eat and just chill. Because either from LA, it's a red-eye inn, which gets here about 5 o'clock in the morning, and then you're feeling like death warmed up. But I like to get here and, have a drink in the bar and wander around and just watch a bit of TV. And then you wake up and you feel okay the next day, So I'm feeling peachy.
Excellent.
Yes.
I wondered if you could talk a bit about how you got the role of Bumblebee and how that evolved, or so to speak, or not to speak, actually.
Oh, to speak or not to speak? It's a well-known story, but it is a true story. But just for the record, I got a call. My agent got a call, and they called looking for a British actor. They wanted a British stage actor, actually, which I've done rather a lot of stage in the West End, and in America as well. Touring with Monty Python and stuff like that. And I've done plays and stuff. So they wanted a stage actor. But they didn't say what the project was, and they were going to send some dialogue, and they wouldn't say that dialogue was going to be used, just that I had to go and meet the guys from DreamWorks, and that they wanted to know if I could do, and this was the unusual thing, 5 voices at the same time. I mean, not all at the same time, but one after another, because nobody could do 5 voices at the same time, not unless you were talking out of, no, you can't. So, anyway. So they wanted me to do, do like a dialogue scene with all the characters talking to each other, but use different voices. And I went, sure, I can probably handle that. Yep. So I went down there and met them, and I walked in, and the lady that was taking the interview, she said, I've got a question for you. And she said, how did you get on with Antoine Fuqua? And I went, Antoine, of course, King Arthur. I worked on King Arthur. And I said, great, I got on really well with Antoine. She said, isn't he like very, very intense and runs about the set and all that? And I went, well, he does a bit, yes. I said, but for the most part, we were very well prepared and we knew what we were doing, and he knows what he wants. So if you're prepared and you know what the director wants, you're able to give it to him. So I had no problems. I said, plus the thing, I was walking around the set with a big sword over my shoulder for most of the film. So, you know what I mean? People tend to leave you alone, And I said, I'm a bit confused. Is this an Antoine Fuqua film? Is Antoine doing it? She said, no, but it's very similar. And she said, so you work well under pressure? And I said, well, I guess I do, but I've been doing this a long time, so it's just about being professional, And she went, okay. And so she said, so can you do this dialogue? And so I looked at the dialogue, and there was like 5 different characters, and I was struggling I had actually been going, what voices am I going to use? And I thought, well, I'll use, what's his name from Star Trek? I am not a merry man. I did a Dalek! I actually did, Sean. Jazz actually spoke like this. Hello, I'm Jazz. And Optimus Prime. I did a very straight sort of flat Optimus Prime. And who else? I threw a few. Oh, Captain Pugwash. For those of you that don't know, Captain Pugwash. Yes, there was. We used a bit of Captain Pugwash as well. So I did the dialogue scene, and she seemed very happy with that. And about 2 weeks later, I got a call going, well, it's Transformers, and Michael would like you on the set. So I went down there, and that's really how it started. And on the set, I was everybody. I am still everybody. So on the 3rd one that we're doing now, I just finished filming down in California. They're now in Chicago, blowing up Chicago, where you couldn't hear anybody talk anyway. So we go on the set, and I voice all the robots with the actors. And they choose what they like out of that. And sometimes they're new characters, sometimes they're not. And then sometimes they rewrite that dialogue. And towards the end of the filming, in post-production, I'll go in and revoice them again, sometimes multiple times, until they're happy with what they've got. And sometimes the writer comes in and sits and listens and goes, like with Revenge, with Jetfire, there was so much dialogue that he actually said to me, he said, you say that actually better than I write it. He said, say it the way that you would say it. So I was adding lines and ad-libbing lines, and that's how we managed to put the word bollocks into the whole thing. Because my friends in Britain just were like, how did you manage to do that? How did you? I said, they didn't know what it meant. True story. And for those that don't know, legitimately, there is an actual fighting knife called a bollocks dagger. It's an old 17th century English word. And I actually said there's a thing called a bollocks dagger. It's a rapier and dagger, main Goshen rapier fighting knife. And it's got 2 cups over to guard your hand. And though they went away and came back and he went, he's right. It's an old English word. So that was it. We added it into the whole thing. So that's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. If anybody at Paramount's watching this. And so it got added into the whole thing. And so we do that. We have a lot of fun doing that. And then they will sometimes film my face and my mouth so they can sync the lips to what I'm saying. And that's how the characters progress and grow and evolve, you know. It doesn't start out with this is what you're going to do. It's a long, drawn-out process. And sometimes you get people writing on the net about, well, why isn't it this or why isn't it that or it should be like this. It's not like that. A film is an organic experience. You may start over here and the thing will grow and change. And that's why I like working with Shia. I mean, Shia is one of the most creative people I've ever met. He's so he improvises a lot. He comes up with ideas. He throws things in, and I have to watch him because when he's doing his dialogue, I never know when he's going to stop. So I have to kind of watch him to see where he's going to go, and then when he's stopped, I'll throw in the robot line or whatever. So it's a very organic thing. It grows and it changes and it evolves. And then when you get to the end of the film, you start editing it together. You see what you've got, and that's when you can. Sometimes you change the dialogue again, depending on the scene, how the scene's flowing. So it's like that. It's a long, drawn-out process. It takes, months.
Cool. Thank you very much.
You're more than welcome. You're more than welcome.